Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairwoman White, thank you for being here this morning. As you know, the Financial Stability Oversight Council, FSOC, recently designated the Prudential Financial as a non-bank SIFI that will be now subject to enhanced prudential standard. Unfortunately, this was over the strong objection of voting members who have insurance expertise. And one of those members, Director John Huff, a state insurance commissioner who actually regulates the businesses of insurance, and stated, and I quote, "FSOC's misguided over-reliance on banking concepts is no more apparent than in the FSOC's basis for the designation of the Prudential Financial." He went on to say that the basis for this designation was grounded in implausible and even absurd scenarios. What is your reaction to Mr. Huff's remarks?
And this is on Prudential, I think I heard you say. Yeah, that happens to be a case that I'm actually recused on. So I don't want to talk about the specific case, but I think I could talk generically and be responsive, which is it goes back to, obviously there are 10 voting members of FSOC, so decisions when they're taken are, taken by those votes. Extraordinarily important that before any decision is made, that FSOC have and listen to the expertise in the particular industry. I'm not commenting on the specific decision at all, but I think that's critical.
Well, I think based on what you just said, then the people that were in the room when this decision was made that actually had more expertise in insurance regulations spoke in opposition to it. Should that be troubling to us that we're trying to let the people that have not necessarily had experience in regulating insurance companies have such a large say in this issue?
Well, again, obviously the FSOC was created, as it was by statute. I do think FSOC, its primary purpose, which I think is an extraordinarily important and positive one, is to bring together, the financial regulators from across market spaces, if I can call it that, so that you can sort of say in the same room, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that, and react to it. But I also think, again, that you want your decision-making to be optimal. It doesn't mean just because one particular expert who may be a voting member says X, therefore X is the right answer necessarily, but it does mean you should listen to that expertise, and I'm not suggesting that FSOC doesn't do this, because it certainly does to a degree, bring in external sources of expertise as well. But get that expertise at the table, particularly when you're in areas beyond the particular member's particular expertise.
I do understand that you recused yourself and because of your previous ties to Prudential, but now that decision has been made, do you agree with that decision?
Because I'm recused, I don't think I should comment on the specific decision. And it's one that I would not have therefore studied either in obviously the same way.
I want to commend you and your fellow commissioners for committing to a data-driven, holistic review of our U.S. equity markets structure. Can you kind of give a little snapshot of how you see this review proceeding and some of the next steps and timelines?
And it has been proceeding. It's not, it's something, by the way, that I even before I became chairman at my confirmation hearing, identified as one of my 3 immediate priorities, in addition to completing the mandated rulemakings and enhancing the enforcement function, making certain that the SEC and its experts had the data they needed to fully understand all of the market structure issues and then respond appropriately if there's a need to respond. And so, I'm very, personally close to the work that's being done there. In really, constant discussion with the senior folks in trading and markets, and we are proceeding in a data-driven, disciplined way. We've certainly, I think, the knowledge base of the Commission has been enhanced significantly by being able to bring on the MIDAS technology when the CAT technology comes on board, even more so. And again, that will help us, all of us, make certain that we fully understand all of those issues. But it's a very high priority. It is proceeding actively. I can't tell you specifically when you'll see a particular product come out of that review, but I assure you that when it ought to come out, it will come out as we proceed with that review.
And you're committed to looking at the whole space and nothing's off the table. Is that correct?
Without any question, and that includes our own regulations as well. All the issues of speed and disbursement, volatility, but including also has NMS contributed in ways that were unintended, or over time they've contributed, may have contributed in ways that are unintended. It is a comprehensive review where every issue is on the table.
Thank you.
Time of the gentleman has expired. The chair now recognizes the gentleman.